James Kaufman, World News Report today, December 27th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a large earthquake right off the coast of North Korea and the peninsula of Russia on a plate tectonic boundary, the Pacific North American plate tectonic boundary, also on a volcanic range. This was a magnitude 6.8 earthquake, and it hit the Kuril Islands, and it did have an associated tsunami warning. Now, nobody felt this as no one is in the area. It did register a 5 on the shake map. It looks like they think it was at a depth of 146 kilometers. So a deep quake under volcanic activity, as we will soon see. Heading over to volcanoesandearthquakes.com, we have our 6.8 here, Kuril Islands. We will zoom in a bit. You can see it's on a volcanic range here. We have some active volcanoes to the north, both in full eruption and minor eruption. And we actually have another volcano in Japan south of that that's awakening. And let's get some detailed information. Looks like the USGS is going to be the main source. The French came in at a 6.5, making me think that this is going to be a much bigger quake here. Japan came in at a 6.7. We need to get some detailed information here. So a very strong magnitude 6.8 earthquake hit the Kuril Islands Friday, December 27th. So we have actually jumped over to volcanodiscovery.com, and we're going to take a look at some earthquake details. Again, this is going to be a 6.8 magnitude. USGS is the main reporting source here. The amazing part is 14.9 atomic bombs worth of energy were released from the earthquake itself. That was a very large quake. All right, let's compare quake data from different reporting agencies, starting out with the USGS, 146 kilometers, a 6.8 magnitude. French came in at 6.5, the highest I think I've ever seen them come in. Germany, a 6.8, 141 kilometers, generally the same depth. Australia came in at a 6.8, generally the same depth. The Incorporated Research Institute for Seismology came in at a 6.7, the default depth of 10 kilometers. And the Italians came in at 6.7, at about the same depth, 140 kilometers. We have they're chiming in twice here. Looks like someone made a mistake because these are repeats. Everything's the same in them. The Incorporated Research Institute for Seismology is 6.7. The Europeans came in at 6.7, about the same depth, 152 kilometers. And finally, Japan came in at 6.7. So the USGS came in at one of the highest magnitudes or opinions of this quake, and that was confirmed by the Germans and the Australians here and here. All right, we did have a tsunami warning. We have a couple of buoys in event mode. I think something's wrong with buoy 46410, but we'll check it out. The event is going to be here in red, so it's going to be a very small event. Check that out first. It's right off, the plate tectonic boundary where the large earthquake hit. And it looks like we're talking around 4 centimeters in height. So we're not going to worry ourselves too much with this event. You can see the 4 plus centimeters here. Here's the event on the water column chart there. Go ahead and check this other buoy here. Looks like the event happened at the top of one of the swells here. Let's get some detailed information. So again, we saw this buoy the other day. I don't know why it's all in red. The water column should be actually in green, and the event here should be the only thing in red. Either this was a, again, 4 centimeter tsunami, or it could have been much, much larger and been a 25 centimeter or more tsunami if this is an entire event. Again, as we've seen in the past, the event should be in red right here, where the water column should all be in green. And here's the example of the other buoy that's in event mode, so we can see what we're talking about here. Now the waves on the California coast are going crazy. We are going to do a video about that. So that could be what we're seeing there, but I would guess that there's really no tsunami generated here. Nothing to speak of. So in summary, we had a 6.8 magnitude earthquake, Kuril Island tsunami warning. A small tsunami created 146 kilometers of depth on a plate tectonic boundary on a volcanic range with nothing active over it, at least, but we have a lot of magma movement and plate movement. If y'all will remember, I said today we would probably have volcanic and earthquake activity, and we have over the last 2 days. And why is that? It's happening exactly when I said it would and why I said it would. We have the moon that's going to be in between the sun and earth with these 3 huge geomagnetic connections behind us, including Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus, 2 gas giants, and Mars in the inner solar system. The fact that they're lit up means that Earth has a geomagnetic connection to them. And as the moon swings just a little bit more, maybe tomorrow will even be more activity. We saw 3 new volcanoes pop off yesterday. Well, I won't say new, but 3 volcanic eruptions yesterday. And we saw a fairly large quake, and that moon's moving. Well, I'd give it 1 or 2 more days max, and it should be right wedged in between Earth and our sun. And there's a lot of geomagnetic pull between all these planets and that moon and that star. God bless you guys. Please share our videos. Please subscribe if you haven't. And always remember, folks, anything is possible in Bizarro World.